Hi guys, today we'll be going over lesson 32 for 2nd grade. So we're going to be starting with adding and subtracting money. And it's basically the same exact thing as just adding and subtracting regular numbers even if it's not money. So let's start with number 2. We have 43 cents plus 37 cents. So like always, we're going to rewrite the numbers on the side. And don't forget to add the cent symbols. Let's make sure we lined up the numbers. We have 3 and 7 in the ones place. And we have 4 and 3 in the tens place. So we know we lined up the numbers correctly, so let's start adding. By the ones place, we have 3 plus 7. 3 plus 7 make a 10. So we're going to put a 0 here, move that 10 to the tens place. And in the tens place, we have 1 plus 4, which is 5. And 5 plus 3 equals 8. That's 80, and don't forget to move that symbol or label down. So we have 80 cents. So yeah, it's the exact same thing as adding or subtracting normal numbers. And we're just going to keep that number, the symbol or the sign or the label. And here it's the cent symbol. So 43 cents plus 37 cents equals 80 cents. Now let's move on to estimate and adding. Let's look at the directions in the example. It says to round the numbers to the nearest 10 and then add. Here we have 11 plus 7. And that 11 is rounded to 10, 77 is rounded to 80, and adding that together makes 90. So we're going to do that same thing. Let's do it with 83 plus 85 for number 4. So let's look at the tens place first. This is the tens place. By saying we're rounding it to the nearest 10, means we're going to change this to either we're going to keep this at the same 10, which is 80, both of them 80, or we're going to round up. The next nearest 10 could be 90 because after 8 is 9. So 90. The number is either going to round up to 90 or round down to 80. And it depends on the number to the right of the place we're looking at. So that's this number right here. It depends on these numbers on whether we're going to round up or down. So let's use the number line for this. We're going to start from 80, we're going to count all the way up to 90 from 110 to the next 10. So 80, then 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, this is a bit messy, sorry. But at the top here we have 90, which is one of the tens if we round up. And at the bottom we have 80, which is one of the tens if we round down. And the cutoff is at 85. So basically, if the ones place is 5 or up, we're going to round up. If it's 4 or down, we're going to round the number down. So if it's 1 through 4, or 0 through 4, we're going to round down, and if it's 5 through 9, then we're going to round up. Let's look at 83 first. We have 83 here. Where is that on our number line? It is right here. It's in the place where we're going to round down. Do you see that? So if we round down, we're going to round down to 80. That's basically saying that 83 is closer to 80 than it is to 90. And we're only going 1, 2, 3 here. If we want to get to 90, we have to go up 7. So yes, 83 is closer to 80. And then let's look at the number 85. Are we going to round this up or down? 85 is right here, and this is the section where we round up. So 85 is rounded to 90 because 90 is the nearest 10 to 85. Now we just need to add these two numbers together, 80 plus 90. Let's do that on the side here, 80 plus 90. 0 plus 0 equals 0, and then 8 plus 9 equals 17. That's 170. So basically, you're going to look at the place that you're rounding to, and you're going to either keep that the same or round up 1. And it depends on the number next to it. If it is 5 or more, you're going to round up. If it's less than 5, then you're going to round down. That's how you do rounding. Let's go over arrays. The directions say to write how many rows and how many are in each row, then write an addition sentence. So for number 1, we have this little array here of circles, and it asks us how many rows there are. A row is a horizontal, left to right. Oops. It's left to right. It's a line of whatever we're looking at, left to right. So we have circles here. This is one row of circles. This is another row, and this is another row. 1, 2, 3. We have 3 rows. If you look here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So basically rows are a line from left to right. And we have 3 in number 1. And it says rows of something, so we want to know how many are in each row. Let's count. We have 1, 2 in row 1, 1, 2 in row 2, 1, 2 in row 3. So we have 2 in each row. Now let's erase this. Now it asks us to write an addition sentence. If you look here, we have 1, 1, 1. We have 3 places to add, so this we're going to add row 1 and row 2 and row 3. So let's count how many are in row 1. In row 1 right here, we have 1, 2. In row 2 right here, we have 1, 2, so we're adding 2 again. And then in row 3, we have 1, 2. So we're adding 2 each time because we're adding all the rows together and there are 2 in each row, so it's 2 plus 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 equals 4, 4 plus 2 equals 6. So the total amount of circles is 6. And if you count here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's correct. So that's how you work with arrays, and you just need to do that for the rest of the questions. Now let's go over a word problem. Number 2. It says Lisa eats 19 jelly beans and her friends eat the rest of the jelly beans. There were 180 jelly beans at the beginning. How many jelly beans did Lisa's friends eat? So they started off with 180, and 180 is the total, right? It's the total of how many Lisa ate and how many her friends ate. Lisa, it says Lisa ate 19, so we'll put 19 here. And her friends, we don't know. Her friends just ate the rest of the jelly beans. So what we're going to do is we're going to subtract how much Lisa ate from the total to find what the rest of the jelly beans are. So let's subtract 180 minus 19. The ones place we have 0 minus 9. Since you can't do that, we're going to regroup. 10 minus 9 equals 1. 7 minus 1 equals 6. And then 1 minus nothing is just 1. So the answer is 161. Lisa's friends ate 161 jelly beans. If you put 161 and you add 161 with 19, you're going to get 180, and that's how you know that you did your math correctly. And that's all for this week. Thank you guys for watching.